Indiana says it has hit a major milestone of 1 million residents fully vaccinated for COVID-19. In Illinois, as of Wednesday, more than 5 million people have been vaccinated, and more states surrounding Illinois are opening up to larger groups. So what's going on in our state, and how do we compare? We are joined by Dr. Shikha Jain with University of Illinois at Chicago. Happy Friday, Dr. Jain. Always a pleasure to see you. I want to start with that comparison right off the bat. How do you compare Illinois when it comes to the rollout with other states? Because at first glance, it seems like we could be doing a whole lot better.
Yeah, so I think that compared to other states, if you look at states that are very dense or very densely populated, like California and New York, I'd say we're doing about the same. When you look at states like West Virginia that have had a really impressive rollout, they really focused on communities and getting smaller pharmacies and community pharmacies to distribute the vaccine early on, while Illinois focused on larger organizations and hospitals. Now we're seeing an improvement in the distribution and the permeation into the communities with the new Chicago Protect Plus initiative that's been launched. But I think that was one challenge early on that's now being improved upon, where we're getting it to the communities. And then Illinois has also really focused on an equitable distribution along with efficient, which has led to some confusion throughout the whole process, as we've heard recently with some news where some people weren't sure who could and couldn't get the vaccine, and some questionable rollout. So I think this is all improving, but I'd say we're about average compared to states that are similar in size and population to ours.
Okay, let's move on now to the positivity rate, because it does seem to be on the increase. Illinois' positivity rate as of yesterday was at 2.7%. Now, just over, just over a week ago, it was a record low of 2.1. And the numbers in Chicago also on the rise. According to the dashboard, the positivity rate 3.4 compared to 2.9 just a week ago. So what's driving it? Is it this UK variant that has shut down parts of Europe last month? How can we explain what we're seeing? And should we be concerned?
I think there's multiple things that are driving it. So one, absolutely the variants probably have some role in driving this increase. But as we've talked about on multiple segments, once you roll back restrictions, once you start opening things up, we've seen numbers go up every single time. And now the next concern is we're in the middle of spring break. So obviously with that, we're concerned that we're going to see even further increases in numbers. So it was to be expected to a certain extent, but this just goes to show, again, we need to double down on all of our efforts to keep this under control so we don't end up out of control again.
Yeah, I know we're all going to be keeping an eye on that to make sure it doesn't keep increasing. Hopefully it will turn around. Okay, let's talk about the story that made headlines yesterday. 89 fully vaccinated Minnesotans have apparently tested positive for COVID-19. So is that cause for concern? And they're being referred to as breakthrough cases right now. Should we be concerned about this?
I would not be concerned about it. We know any vaccine is not 100% effective. And the point should be made that it was 89 people out of, I believe, over 800,000. So that's less than 0.1% of people who developed COVID-19 after being fully vaccinated. Remember, there is still a chance you could get COVID-19 after you get the vaccine and you're fully protected, but you shouldn't be hospitalized with very severe illness. Those 89 people did not get very sick, and there have been no deaths from people who contracted COVID-19 after getting the vaccine. But if you get COVID-19, there is a chance that you could get very, very ill and potentially die. So that's why I'm not concerned about the 89 out of 800,000 people, because again, the vaccine is not 100% effective. We expect some people to still contract the virus. We don't expect them to get very sick or hopefully not require hospitalization after they're vaccinated.
Dr. Shikha Jain with University of Illinois at Chicago, thank you. Great perspective as always. You have a wonderful weekend, and we'll talk next week.
Sounds good.
Coming up on Good Day.